Classic rock album reviews coming right at you.
SHMACKEMAGOB, my friends. Hi. It's me with another one of these classic album things. And, oh man, it's time for the mighty Van Halen now. I did, like, reviews for Fair Warning, Van Halen 2, and Diver Down, where I added music and video. And boy, what a pain in the ass editing it over and over again for it to be let on YouTube because, you know, copyright and all that bullshit. So I started doing these series of, you know, classic rock where I don't add the music. I've seen just one or two people say, man, you don't add music, you're an idiot. It's all to it. So I'm going to talk about this one. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love Van Halen albums in order. The first one, then Van Halen 2, then this one, then Fair Warning, then Diver Down, then 1984, then Different Kind of Truth. I don't think there was anything in between 1984 and Different Kind of Truth. If there was, then it traumatized me and I forgot about it on purpose. So let's talk about this album. This is the first time I saw Van Halen at the Hollywood Sportatorium. I was second row. And at that time, it was the greatest show I ever saw in my life. It was so amazing. The fire, no band. If you didn't see Van Halen back in the early 80s, I'm saying, you know, all of them were great. But, I mean, up to 84. I've seen, you know, I saw Different Country, great shows. Eddie was like, I think he played the best on the last few times I saw him. But as far as a band cohesiveness, the On Fire, you know, just the way they were in the 80s, they could not be matched. And the first time I witnessed it was second row for this album. Absolutely blew my mind. Van Halen, before the show, was on a local radio station, WSHE, which you can hear the interview here on YouTube. Type in WSHE Van Halen. It is an insane interview. I mean, they were all fucking, you could tell they were psyched to kick our ass that night. And they did. And I'll never forget, like, when Dave came out, I mean, he looked so different to me at that point because he had the bleach blonde hair and his face kind of looked like, I don't know, I mean, I know it wasn't plastic surgery or anything, but it looked very, very different, like, and smooth. Look at the pictures. Look at his pictures from 79 to 80. And by the way, in 1979, I came this close to seeing the VH tour and the Miami High Live. But shit happened. I can't remember. It's 42 years ago already that happened. So I can't remember what led to me not going. But I would have loved to see that tour because I thought image-wise, I thought they looked the coolest on Van Halen 2. And that set list is just mind-blowing. You know, it's the first two albums, my two favorite Van Halen albums. So I saw this tour, absolutely blew my mind. And they had this big bomb on stage that Michael Anthony played during the opening track, Cradle Rock. Well, that show didn't open with Cradle Rock. I believe it opened with Romeo Delight. I could be wrong, but I think it opened with that. So anyway, let's go through it. And the Cradle Rock, and by the way, the songs are not in order here, but I got it here, and it's in my DNA. I don't have to. See, it starts with Tora. What's up with that? And the Cradle Rock, what an anthem. I was going to school at the time, you know, have you seen Junior's grades? And, you know, and I wasn't a bad student. I mean, I never failed, you know, a grade or anything, but I was kind of, you know, a rebellious idiot too, you know, at the time. But my dad beat me into shape. But it really did capture the essence of going to school at the time. And, you know, the kid is, you know, I was kind of like a hooligan a little bit, you know, but it really did capture it. And you know, how classic is that? Have you seen Junior's grade? Gun, 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 gun. And I gotta say, before I saw the show, I thought that was a guitar. I was like, God damn, Eddie's reinventing everything with that gun, gun, gun. But actually, it was Michael doing the keyboards, which probably it was Eddie on the album. But great song. Awesome song, awesome way to open the album with the killer, you know, chanting "Rock On" at the end. Kick-ass song. Next one is "Everybody Wants Some." And I mean, how much more perfect to describe the human race, at least humans like me, and I know I'm not alone when I say this, that we all want some. You know, everybody wants some, I want some too. How about you? Of course, I want some. We all want some, you know? And the genius of David Lee Roth's lyrics, I don't even know what the fuck he means. You can't get romantic on a subway line, the conductor don't like it, says he's wasting your time. What does that mean? I don't know what it means, but it sounds fucking awesome. And of course, you know, in the middle section, you know, I love the way the lines run up the back of the stockings. Dave said that was ad lib. There was some hot chick in the studio booth, you know, and he's like, I like the way it lines up the stockings. I always like those kind of high heels too. And it's just so simplistic with the drum, with the jungle drums in the beginning, and Eddie doing those crazy effects, and then those power chords. Wow, wow. God damn, that's so good. One of my favorite Van Halen songs. Love Everybody Wants Some. What a great tune. All right, then we got Fools. I don't even know why I'm looking on here because it's not in order, but I know my shit. Now, Fools, I want to bring up the fact how a lot of people complain about A Different Kind of Truth. Oh, Different Kind of Truth, they redid a lot of their old songs. Well, Fools is an old song. In a Simple Rhyme is an old song. Take Your Whiskey Home is an old song. Romeo Delight, I'm taking whiskey to the party tonight. That was part of an old song. Van Halen, every album they did, from the first one to 84, had older songs, like House of Pain on the first album. I mean on the 84, on the last of the six pack. But Fool's a great song, man. It's great. It's, you know, it starts with this little instrumental and Dave going back and forth. Now, I have acquired some Van Halen bootlegs from the 79 tour where they actually do that. There is a part of the show that they would do that Fool's intro during their show with Dave, you know, screaming and Eddie, you know, just playing along with them. And then it goes into this such a simplistic riff. It's very simple, but that's what I love so much about Van Halen. Is Edward Van Halen is, to me, the greatest guitar player ever. I mean, he's a pure wizard, but he also played for the song. You wouldn't expect a virtuoso to write a song where he just goes like the solo and in Everybody Wants Some. Virtuoso can't do that. They're supposed to go, you know what I mean? But not Eddie. Eddie played for the song, and Fools playing for the song too. I mean, he does rip in it, but as far as the song, the skeleton, the riffage, very simplistic. Anybody can play that, you know? But it works, and it's Van Halen, and you hear Dave, you know, with the, when I need something to soothe my soul, gotta listen to some rock and roll. Don't want no fancy union, the circus just left town. Why live in a playground? Oh, I can't remember the lyrics now. But anyway, it's a rebellious song. It rules. I love it. Then we go to the last track on the album, on side one, which is Romeo Delight. Fucking ripping. That's where they go for the jugular. There's no fucking around on this song. This song is just pure bam. Like, what a crushing riff, man. You know, it's just kind of thrashy. And I just love the hell out of the song, and then I love how it simmers down and feel my heartbeat type, you know? And the ending with the bombastic chords, man. What, probably close to my favorite song on the album. What a song. I'm taking whiskey to the party tonight, and I'm looking for somebody to squeeze. Dave rules. All right? Not like summer nights and my radio. Get the fuck out of here. All right, then we flip the album over to Tora Tora. Black Sabbath Warship. It's no secret that Edward Van Halen was a huge Black Sabbath fan. And there is a video on YouTube, him talking about his favorite riffs, and one of them was Into the Void. Him and Tony were good buddies. They toured together in '78. And I hear a lot of Black Sabbath. In Tora Tora, it's a little instrumental, which bleeds into the next tune, but it's just awesome. You know, with Michael hitting those highs, and I love it. It's short, effective, and Sabbathy. Listen to Black Sabbath. Then it goes right into, bleeds into a song called Tora Tora, which is proto speed metal. Seriously, it's out of control. There's a video for it too, which is crazy. Them like dressed as doctors and stuff in a operating room with a hot chick. But Tora Tora, and an odd choice for a video, you figure, because it's really the most sporadic, disjointed, crazy fucking song that's just out of control. And that was played live. By the way, everything I mentioned except for Fools was played live so far at the show I saw. They played Cradle Rock, Everybody Wants Some, Romeo Delight, and Tora Tora, and Out of Control. I don't know, did they play Tora Tora? I'm not sure. I think they did. But I know for sure they played Out of Control. Now, for the longest time, the next song was my favorite song off the album. Now it's kind of like, it's kind of tied. And it's another one I saw them play live that night, and I believe it's the only time they played it live was on the Women and Children First tour. And I'm talking about Take Your Whiskey Home. The way that, man, Eddie is just, that acoustic, man, you can tell that acoustic is in pain the way he's playing it. He's hitting those rings really hard. And Dave, man, going into that, you know, I'm out drinking, getting fucked up, and when I get home, my chick's going to give me a lot of problems. We've all had that problem, haven't we? But, love it. Love it. I think it's still my favorite, but I got to say it's tied for my favorite now. I haven't talked what tied with it yet, but some go to women, some go to Jesus. Oh, I'm absolutely certain both's all right. It takes me halfway to the label, so I can't even make it through the night. So catchy with that. I think you're heading for a whole lot of trouble. You know, and the breakdown, and then that guitar solo, which is reminiscent of Ice Cream Man. The breakdown and just ripping from Eddie. God damn, that song rules. This album is awesome. Then we go into, look, I'm looking through the track listing. Why? It's not in order. But I know it. Could this be magic? Is it Nicolette Larson that does guest vocals on it? I believe so. There's female singing. And I listened to it and almost, it sounds like they're in a studio and like the garage door is open and you hear rain. It sounds like it's recorded live. And I love it. It's a, it's a little acoustic number. And my favorite line in the song is there's a full moon out, baby, let's begin. I've said that many times to chicks, man. When there was a full moon out tonight and I'm hanging out with a girl outside, sitting on the hood of the car, looking at the stars. And I remember saying stuff like that to some female companions. There's a full moon out tonight, baby, let's begin. Fucking cool. And that's Dave too on guitar. That's Eddie and Dave. Dave plays a little good scat thing. You've heard him play it on Ice Cream Man and on the Full Bug. He does a little acoustic stuff. It's not bad. And it's a great little, ditty. No drums. I think it's just Alex hitting his knees or something. I don't know. All I know is it rules. Now the last track. In a Simple Rhyme. Goes way back to the club days. Now it's tied for I can't pick which one do I like more. In a Simple Rhyme or Take Your Whiskey Home. I don't know, I'm kind of teetering with In a Simple Rhyme because it's just that gorgeous, beautiful little intro and then that cool little drum roll and then it just goes into, that cool power chord and Dave doing kind of like, love lyrics and shit and beautiful, beautiful lyrics, especially when it breaks down into the, you could have heard the angels singing. And the backing vocals from Michael and Alex. And Michael and Eddie. And I want to say, man, and I know this ain't a popular opinion, but to me, Michael Anthony's backing vocals wouldn't be shit without Eddie's vocals. Because if you and Eddie's vocals ain't that great, and hey man, I know this ain't popular to say, but I don't think Michael Anthony's a great singer on his own. I've seen footage of him doing Somebody Get Me a Doctor on video from the Van Halen 3 tour. It's not that good. And to my ears, it's kind of screechy. But you add Eddie's shitty vocals like he did on, what is the name of that song? How Many Say I think it's called, from Van Halen 3. You add both of those not so great vocals together, and it made the greatest backing vocals in music history, according to me. Move over, Beach Boys. That's right, I said it. But my God, and they really shine, those backing vocals on this, you know. Ah, and then bam, right back into the song, and then it ends, and then there comes this little thing called Growth, which is not here in the track listing, but it's kind of like the song ends, and then it goes into bum 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 bam 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 bam. It's a little tiny ending. Now that little ending was supposed to start the next Van Halen album. That was the idea at the time. Let's end it with a teaser of how the next album's going to start. And as you know, Fair Warning doesn't start with that. It starts with Eddie doing the crazy guitar thing for Mean Street. But that was supposed to be the beginning of the next album, which never happened. But hey, I'm not complaining. Fair Warning, Mean Street, amazing, amazing intro. So, that's all I got to say about this amazing album. Yes, it does bring a poster. A poster inside that, look what good condition it is, because I never hung this poster up on my wall. Because, you know, at the time I lived with my parents, and they would be questioning me if I was to hang this up on my wall. Dave chained to a fence. Would have loved to have been this as the poster, or this as the poster, or the classic picture of that photo shoot where Dave is drinking Jack Daniels. That, I would love that. That poster wouldn't look as pristine as this, because it would have been on my wall back in 1980 for many years. But there you go, my friends. That's what I think of Women and Children First. Now, I haven't done the first album, which is my favorite, and I haven't done 1984. I've done every other one. I've done Different Kind of Truth. I did Van Halen 2, Diver Down, and Fair Warning. So, 84 and Van Halen 1 will be on future classic rock episodes, classic album episodes like this one here in the future. I like to spread shit out. So, hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Everybody, not anybody, but everybody, but anybody. Want some? I want some too. Anybody want some? How about you? Alright, if you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below, and please subscribe to my channel, because everybody wants some. SHMACKEMAGOB. Stay frosty. Listen to Sabbath. And SHMACKEMAGOB again.